Welcome back to Fortune Cookies Tarot. I'm Annabelle. I'm a tarot practitioner for over 35 years. And in this video, we are going to take a look at the fallout from the presidential debate, the first one. So you probably already saw video 1 and video 2. If you haven't, go watch them. I think I'll do an end card for both of those so you guys can click right to them if you missed it. But in this one, we're going to see how America is going to respond. So some crazy things are coming up for me in the cards. I want you to go back and look at them, but let's see how America is going to respond. But before that, please like, share, and subscribe. And there's a link in the video description down below where you can schedule your own magical reading with me should you like to get some direction like I am giving to our wonderful government. Excuse me while I go see the sedans that pulled up in the front. So, I'm kidding. There's no sedans out front, but there is a sloppy shuffle. So let's bring up the card view. And are they SUVs now? Yeah, they're SUVs. What do they drive? What kind of cars?
Probably like Chevy Tahoe, Ford Escapes.
All right. Ford Escapes. I don't think they would drive a Ford Escape.
The other one. Explorers.
Ford Explorers. That would not be an exploration I would want to go on. So, all right. How is America going to respond to in the wake of this crazy mixed up debate that honestly, like, Trump did not shine in this. He was very reserved. He did not go for the jugular. Not a juggalo. I'm not messing with any juggalos. So let's look by region. See how New England felt about it. So what we're looking at is the dominant energy. Okay, so we're going to look at New England. New England. Is that the best we can get? This is the best we can get. I wish we had another one. Where's our real Kennedy candidate? They're hearkening back to the days of yore. They don't trust Trump. They want someone who's in there that's a strong leader, demonstrates really, really good leadership qualities. They almost the feeling is very Main Street America. They want to go back to like the 1950s, 1960s, and have someone who started out as the town councilman, and then he worked his way up to the mayor, and then he got a senatorship and tra-la-la, went to Washington and still came back and has a cherry vanilla ice cream at the local ice cream shop and knows all the kids' names on the street. So, they want something very sweet and kind of, Twilight Zone, Leave It to Beaver kind of vibe. Not Twilight Zone. What's that? Americana. They want Americana. So how? We're going to look at my state. The great state of New Jersey. How is New Jersey feeling about this? How is New Jersey feeling about the fallout from this crazy dialogue between our two presidential candidates? How is New Jersey feeling? So New Jersey's like, it's not going to matter because our votes aren't going to be there. New Jersey, we're like the redheaded stepchild of the United States. I just feel like that. I feel like we're such a weird state. We're so closely packed. Everyone's annoyed. We all have different accents. It's a very strange place to live. There's nothing's going to change anyway. So why even bother? Why even bother? I have my own personal opinion. I'm going to keep it to myself. I'll wait and I'll see what happens. But something crazy is going to happen anyway. I'll just vote in November when I'm supposed to. Like, I'm just supposed to do that. So New Jersey's kind of ambivalent. They're just kind of like, meh, doesn't matter anyway what we're doing. Which, the last presidential election, Greg, what time did they call it for us?
Oh, that was like, the polls closed at like 9.
Uh-huh.
People weren't even still finished voting. It was like 8 o'clock at 3% vote count.
3%. That's, yeah. So our state was called in the 2020 election with 3% of the votes in at 8 o'clock before the polls were even closed. It was called for Biden. So that was a little confusing. We didn't quite understand why that happened, but perhaps it will be different this year. How about New York? How's New York going to play? I'm not going to go state by state, guys, because then I have to sing the song. Alabama, Alaska, Arizona, Arkansas. Yeah, I'm not singing the whole song. New York. New York is feeling good about 45 coming down. Like 45 is not going to be successful, but that's almost the kind of vibe that we have there here is that, you know, anyone but you, not to quote the, what was it, Mickey and Maude album? This is Mickey's album from yeah, what was that? A Mighty Wind? Anyone but you. If you haven't seen the movie A Mighty Wind, go watch it. It's pretty hilarious. Eugene Levy, Catherine O'Hara are there's a bunch of folk singers. They're having a reunion, and they were a couple of folk singers, and they broke up and went on to their own lives, and everybody's trying to get him back on stage. And one of his albums after they broke up was Anyone But You, which was hilarious. But yeah, New York is voting against. They're not voting for. So Anyone But You. So if they plugged in another player, I think New York would jump on it. Let's look at Southeast. What are we looking at? So we got a mixed bag in the Southeast. We've got the Carolinas, we've got Florida, we've got Louisiana, Georgia, all of those states. Got Missouri mixed in there. Is Missouri considered Southern? Kind of, right?
Below the Mason-Dixon.
It is, right? Mississippi, where the vampire Lestat is. They were New Orleans. That was incorrect. Sorry. Incorrect movie. Let's see how the Southeast is going to feel about all this, how they're going to go. Oh, it's divided. Divided. We've got a lot of divide over there. So I'm looking at too big of an area. Gosh, I should do like the battleground states. I'll do that in another one. I'll do another video on all the battleground states. I'll do it this coming week. How is Texas feeling about what we just witnessed? How is Texas? Texas has a blank house in it. If you haven't seen that movie, deep in the heart of Texas. I always sing That's People in Texas. No, I was singing Best Little Whorehouse in Texas. Texas has a whorehouse in it. All right, so how's Texas feeling? Texas. Look at me. Texas doesn't care what they have to do to stop the bleeding. They just want somebody who's going to come in there and defend their line, their state line, the national line. They just want somebody to come in and take care of it. While we're looking at this, how about Arizona? So Arizona's a little bit different. Arizona, I think, is taking more of a beating, but their attitude is anyone that we can get in here who's going to resolve this issue for us. What about New Mex? New Mexico wants somebody in there again, somebody fresh, someone who is going to shore up the line, but not someone who's untruthful and not someone who's flying off the handle. So I don't think that they're like, I don't know if that's a super 45 state or a super Biden state. But it looks like I think everybody kind of wants some fresh blood in. See, California, 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 Uber Alice, California, Uber Alice. No? No dead Kennedys?
Sorry.
California is just kind of out there on their own. I should have read it in two different states, like Northern and Southern California, but they're really just kind of out there on their own. Again, split decision. What about Southern California? Southern California is disgusted that no one is looking at the facts, ma'am. Just the facts. Look at the facts. Look at the facts. They want them to look at the facts. Unfortunately, when you look at the facts, like it's not looking good. What about Northern California? Northern California, again, wants some fresh blood in there, and they actually want one of their own to get in there and start doing some governing. There may be a woman in Northern California that is someone that's going to get pushed to the front, not by the respective parties, but of her own volition. Very interesting. It's an interesting woman here. You guys got to remind me about her. Northern California, interesting woman. Interesting woman. So, what do my Midwest states think? The Midwest really just wants to be left alone. They feel that no one is ever representing the Midwest very well. So they're willing to take. So if libertarianism ever had a birthplace, it's in the Midwest in these cards. Libertarianism is, have some management, have some good management skills. Let us do our own thing. We'll help some of the government programs, but it's the process of getting them in and getting them off the government programs. It's a leg up, but having our centers of community help out as well. So churches, communities themselves, that kind of thing. So, really very, very good values in doing unto others as you would have done to you. So they just don't feel that the hand of government is really representing them well, possibly with all the issues we've had with farming. They just don't feel that they have proper representation in government. So they're kind of shrugging their shoulders, shrugging their overall clad shoulders, and just kind of disgusted about the whole thing. So, anything else that we should look at? Huh. Look at that Chicago area. What was like the Chicago area thinking? How are they going to respond to all this hoo-ha? Chicago's where it all begins and ends. Chicago is not happy about this because that is where our seat of power are residing, and they are not thrilled about what's going on. So they are squashing the dreams by active measures, and then they're going to bring this woman in. So I've been told by some others that a suspected woman will step into the limelight and leadership in this country. I do think that the Democratic Party is pushing for that kind of representation in leadership. But this is something that they're going to push out. Is it going to work? Not necessarily, because this is somebody who does not have the right focus, let's put it that way, the altruistic spirit that we need. So I'm going to leave that alone because some of these videos get a little too hot for YouTube. So I may have to do that as a blind or as a Too Hot for YouTube special, which I haven't done any in quite some time. So I may have to do one of those. Let me know in the comments if you would like a Too Hot for YouTube. So that is all I'm going to leave you for now, but you're going to have a fourth video because we're going to do Jill Biden. We're going to see what's going on with her. I thought it was interesting that she was on the stage. She was speaking when Joe could not or would not after he got done. So we're going to take a look at her. If you watch all four videos, you see in the first one that I think there's going to be something that befalls a female in government or in the periphery of government. So we're going to take a look at that in the next one. Let's see what's going on with Jill. I'll be right back. Look for the video. Bye, guys.